Jai Shri Ram. My New Year message to every human being. Kritagne na asti nishkriti. This is a statement made by Lakshmana in the Ramayana, and literally it means there is no expiation for ingratitude, no atonement for ingratitude, which means for any papam that you commit, you can take some counter measures to sort of temper the consequences. You cannot nullify the consequences. You will have to face the music. So, you can reduce the punishment, but the punishment cannot be avoided. So, that much is very clear. And Lakshmana tells us that for every kind of papam, there is a countermeasure. But for one papam, there is no countermeasure, which is lack of gratitude. And if you examine a little deeply, you will find that our very existence is possible only because so many unknown benefactors have made their contributions. Okay, so for example, who owns our body is a nice question to ask. Well, the parents to begin with, because they brought it into existence. The Gaumata, because you are drinking cow's milk or buffalo's milk. The mother's milk you may drink for a couple of months, but cow's milk you are drinking throughout life. So, how much more are you indebted to the cow or the buffalo for that matter? But many rascals are killing the Gaumata, and we are mute witnesses. We are behaving like bystanders. So, we will also have to pay the consequences of simply watching, carelessly watching while a crime is being committed. So, all great leaders, so called great leaders, will rot in hell if they don't take corrective action to stop the hatya of Gaumata. So, and vegetables have a claim on our body. And if you are eating chicken, mutton, which you should not, because Hinduism does not support meat eating, there is no animal slaughter in the Vedas. Many scoundrels and many, many people whose only agenda is to tarnish Hinduism, they have spread canards that in the Vedas there was Ashwamedha, Gomedha, Naramedha, all kinds of medha, which they interpret as slaughter. These idiots don't know Sanskrit, don't know Vedic Sanskrit, and to understand the Vedas, you need to have expertise in at least 14 different disciplines, right? So these rascals have written nonsense, and unfortunately many gullible Hindus even today believe that in Vedic times animal sacrifices were common. So there is no killing of animal. Hinduism, Vedas does not agree. In the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakthyupahrutam ashnami prayatatmanah. 926. So Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Krishna knows that we cannot give him anything. In fact, he can give us anything, not we. The only thing we can give Krishna is our heart, mind and soul, which means total dedication and becoming a karma yogi and joining him in his work. And what is Krishna's work? Welfare of the world, Loka Sangraham. So that's all you can do. God is Nitya Trupta, Krishna is Nitya Trupta. He does not need your Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam also. But many idiots are killing innocent animals and they will pay. The goat they eat now will become human and it will eat them. So this cycle is never ending. So every animal wants to live. Show me one animal which wants to commit suicide. No. Every animal loves life. And when you are killing, you cannot get meat without himsa. You cannot eat, you cannot get meat without causing pain, without violence. So how can you kill? So please stop eating meat. Don't be a bloody Rakshasa. So, Kritagne Nasti Nishkriti is my message. Remember Lakshmana's words. And we have a duty to pay back. So, cultivating gratitude. This is the poster I have created for you. Please listen patiently. It might take a few more minutes for me to complete this. So, this is the minimum. If you can remember, you will be immensely successful in your life. Because the deepest law of life is the law of reciprocality, which means you get back what you put in. Okay? And the beauty is the returns will always be exponential returns. So you put 10, you get 1000. So just as a farmer throws a handful of seeds and he gets thousands of kilos of yield, similarly in life. So if you sow good deeds, you will harvest happiness. If you sow bad deeds, you will harvest misery. So cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It is an attitude, a mindset, a way of living. Remember, we are indebted to a legion of anonymous benefactors in addition to our parents. Hinduism ordains all humans to perform the Panchamahayajnas. Rishi Yajna. Rishi Yajna means studying the Bhagavad Gita. Rishi Yajna means studying the Bhagavad Gita. So, this is my interpretation. Some great scholars may say, no, that's not what it means. If they also listen to me for some time, they will agree with me. See, Rishi Yajna basically means all our ancestors. You see, every Hindu is a descendant of a Rishi. There were roughly 400 Rishis, out of whom 40 were women also. Rishikas. Hinduism is the only religion which has female prophets and feminine deities. And the names of the feminine deities come before the names of the masculine deities. So, if some idiot is saying that Hinduism is misogynistic, you don't have to give him a tight slap. You just have to tell him to get lost. Stop talking to such people, they are wasting your time. Okay. In fact, the truth of the matter is Christianity and Islam are clearly misogynistic. If you read their holy books, you will understand why I am talking like this. I can list out the sections. So, their position is indefensible. Our position is very clear. Our holy books are very clear. The Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the Vedas. Remember this much. That is why, nowhere. On the contrary, Krishna praises women, feminine virtues. In the Bhagavad Gita, if you go to the 10th chapter, 34th shloka, you will find this wonderful shloka where Krishna is extolling feminine virtues. The shloka goes like this. Mrityu sarvaharashchaham udbhavascha bhavishyadam kirti srirvacha narinam smritir medha dhritikshama. So, Krishna declares, I am the all-devouring death and I am the generator of all beings that are yet to be born. And among women, I am Sri, Kirti. See, Sanskrit terms are very complex, umbrella terms. So, English words are very pale and emaciated in comparison to the original Sanskrit word. Anyway, since I have to translate it, I will use some English words, but remember these English words don't fully represent the meaning of the Sanskrit word. Kirti is fame. Kirti srirvacha narinam smritir medha dhritikshama. Krishna is saying, among women, I am fame, fortune, speech, not just speech, not merely the faculty of speech. It means sophisticated, very suave, sweet speech, madhuruvani, memory. Memory does not mean just your short-term memory of how much money you have earned and what is your petty bank account and all that. No. The memory Krishna is mentioning is the memory of being an Atma. You are Atma Swarupa, Satchidananda Swarupa, not the Nirananda Swarupa which you are currently. The memory that we are Krishna's eternal companions. Remember that Vedic mantra, Dvasuparna. So that kind of memory, not the short-term local memory. And intelligence and Shraddha, Dhriti, resolve, Kshama. Kshama is a sense of forgiveness and patience also. So these are feminine virtues which Krishna is praising. So the only culture which truly praises, whereas women in Islam and Christianity are treated as inferior to man, and I don't want to dwell on that right now. Okay, so Hinduism ordains all humans to perform the Pancha Mahayajnas. Rishi Yajna simply means our duty to study the Bhagavad Gita, internalize the Gita and live the Gita. Because the rishis have spent entire lifetimes acquiring the spiritual knowledge with the hope that future generations will benefit. So our minimum gratitude should be to study the Gita and live it. So because they have died, they have sacrificed their lives for us to pass on to us this knowledge, the minimum we can do is to acquire the knowledge and live by it so that they will be happy. Their happiness, in fact, they believed that by doing this they can be happy. So let us make them happy by studying the Gita and living the Gita. Pitri Yajna, all our forefathers, ancestors, they fought for freedom, they undertook great challenges, and today we are the result of whatever efforts they had put in. So we need to respect our forefathers, their value systems, and try to live up to their expectations. Deva, remember the whole world is run by Krishna's bureaucracy. In fact, it is Krishna himself in different forms who is running the show. So you can, Deva is a Sanskrit word which means one who gives. So if you look back in your life, there were many people who gave you so many things. So try to give back now. Manava Yajna, very simple. Bhuta Yajna, animals, the ecosystem. Every animal has a role to play in the ecosystem, right? So don't kill animals, don't make your stomach a graveyard for dead bodies of innocent animals. Please don't do that. Stop it. Don't become a criminal. So Bhuta Yajna. So the New Year message is very simple. Kritagne na asti nishkriti. Cultivate gratitude and beware. There is no expiation for ingratitude. So it is our duty from 2024 onwards to make sure that we try to give back. In fact, there is an interesting Vedic mantra which goes like this. Shatahasta samahara sahasrahasta sankira. Shatahasta samahara sahasrahasta sankira, which means earn with 100 hands and distribute with 1,000. Now I leave it to your imagination to understand what it means. Earn with 1,000, earn with 100 and distribute with 1,000. Shatahasta samahara, Shatahasta samahara, Sahasrahasta sankira. Jai Shri Ram.